So, to that point, two players kind of going different directions right now.
Right.
They played against each other, Emma Raducanu and Naomi Osaka.
That's who I thought you were going to say.
Naomi, I am now worried that we don't have much time left with Naomi, because if you choose to believe what she said earlier in this year, like if she can't get back to contending for titles, that she's done.
Sure.
She lost to Emma on Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember what it was. So round of 16. And I also saw Naomi practice, and I'm watching her and I'm like, what it takes to be a top player now is different than what it took to be a top player 3 years ago.
Wow.
Like, these girls all move as well as
she did then.
Her movement used to be an out, like the thing that separated her. Now it's table stakes, right? They all move really well. Right. Her ball does not have enough variety. I've seen players get yeah, it's a ball that you can get grooved on, and sure. Like Emma
she's the new Mary Jo Fernandez, so to speak. Of
okay, fair, yep.
You know what I mean?
So yeah,
I very solid player, but at the top, ball wasn't quite big enough for her era at that time to really crack that top 4, top 5.
Right, yeah. And there's a lack of variety. She's not winning a ton of points off of her first serve, like easy points. Like, she's just what she did still well. She's not playing poorly right now. Right. I think it's just normal her. It's just like she's not, everyone else is kind of caught up. Yeah. And I felt like that match against Emma was a match she needed to win. But Emma also
needed to win,
but like Emma like probably feels like I'm better than her. I should win that match, right? And so now we have like Emma had a great showing at Wimbledon, losing in 3 sets to Sabalenka. Was it 3 sets or just 3? Was it 2 sets? And
it might have been a close 2.
I think it's close to. But then now coming off the back of that first tournament back out the chute, and she's in the quarterfinals.
We said it semifinals.
Like,
she's playing the best tennis she's played, including the Open that she won. She's playing the best tennis of her life right now.
And she beat Sakari today. And
Sakari's playing better. Sakari I was very impressed with the way Maria's playing right now. I was worried about Maria until I saw her today. I was very worried about her being kind of going the other direction. I don't know, Alvin, if Naomi will ever come back. I don't see the things she's working on. I don't see the change in her game. I don't see her making enough change to be relevant. I see her tweaking what she used to be. And I think the flaw, if that's the case, the flaw is in the battle plan. You cannot continue to fix what used to be number 1 in the world material from 5 years ago and retweak it 6 years from now and it be relevant to be number 1 in the world material. It is now top 20 in the world material compared to, as you said, to table stakes. So I feel like that's an issue, and hopefully her and her team will sort that out. But I am very happy to see Emma. We said it weeks ago. Emma's playing better ball right now. She's playing the best tennis of her life, and it's fun to see. I think it was a tough experience for her. I feel like, and it was almost unfortunate for her to win a slam that early, because it set a lot of expectation and a lot of maybe even a little serendipity more than it was hard earned, right? That she won when she did, but she's certainly playing good tennis now. I look at what she did early, in some ways similar to what Boris Becker did early on when he won Wemby at 18 and 19. He was not a complete player. He just happened to win Wimbledon.
Yeah, but he was a freak though. Like, when you saw him, you were like, okay, that's different. That is a different thing.
Hence the second Wimbledon. What I'm saying is that. But then for 5 more years, he wasn't even getting in the finals of big events. And then when he won the Open about 4 or 5 years later, Boris was a complete player. And I say that to say, I think Emma, and by the way, I'm giving Emma the highest of comparisons in that sense, because often, I hate when we do this, we see a similar situation, but we give them the kudos on sometimes before the kudos are truly deserved. But I think in her case, she will end up proving this to be the case. She is headed to some really, really good results. I would have no question with her. I would have no question thinking she would reach a quarter or a semi draw draw dependent, of course, getting to one of those later stages in a slam with the way she's playing. So anyway,
let's even remove the qualifier of draw dependent. Like, this is what we want from our top players. Like, you are the dependent, right? If you were actually someone who's threatening for Grand Slam titles, like, yeah, they all need a little draw help, but like, yep, at some point you want to be in the top 16 seeds, to where like that is an expectation for you. And now the draw help you need is like, maybe I don't land in Sabalenka's quarter, maybe I land in like a quarter that's more manageable,
right, for her,
without naming any names, for her. Yeah, like,
sure.
And
I know what you mean.
That's what I think that's what she's moved towards. Like, kind of last thing, I saw this random stat, and then we can get out of here. Naomi Osaka, right, has won how many Grand Slams did Naomi win?
I think it was 4 or 5.
4? Is it 4? Won 4 slams, right? 2 U.S. Opens, 2 Australian Opens. She's only won 3 tournaments outside of that.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Wow.
That's wild.
I would even go back on that same stat. I would love to see her win-loss record before her child and before her quote-unquote sabbatical. And I'd love to see the win-loss record since then, because I would have to tell you that we're still drifting is the word, drafting off of her past success. And I'm not so sure if current or recent success has been enough there to continue to play the maintenance game that I'm seeing. The fact that she only won 3 other tour titles is concerning.
That's wild, right? Like, that's when you think about, and we're going to do this at some point. We're going to kind of, probably after the US Open, just kind of talk about top ranked players, because I have this thing where like the peak of a top player is usually like 3 years, right? Regardless of when they hit it. But like, it's like Naomi Osaka was not a thing, and then she beat Serena and won the US Open, right? And then 4 months later won Australian Open, right? And then won the US Open in 2020, and then came back and won Australian Open in 2021. I mean, so like, we're talking from US Open 2018 to Australian Open 2021, right? And then she kind of just went away. She went away. Like, right. Iga, like, and that's when Ash Barty kind of took it from her. But we're talking about 3 years. She got 4 Grand Slams in 3 years, but like nothing outside of that. Did not win a tournament before that, did not win a tournament after that. It was like 18, 21, that's it. It's not like it was 7 years. It's 3 years. So I didn't want to get into the months. It's not long. Now, granted, we lost a lot of 2020, right? But she won the U.S. Open in the empty stadium U.S. Open,
sure,
right? So and then followed up with the Australians. So it's just, it all happens so fast. Things change quickly, like,
and
quite
buddy,
quickly.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel, Alvin, because, buddy, at any given time, you could be knocked off. If somebody taps you on your shoulder, don't look. You know what I mean? keep your head completely forward, because that's when the action's coming. And I look forward to us wrapping this up again on later on. Look forward to how this all plays out with the Open. I think this year specifically is going to see about 5 or 6 of our pretty solid names that we, are gonna end up kind of bidding us adieu. And my wife's favorite word, adieu. And I just see that being the case on the women's side as well. And I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if Naomi just cashed in the chips and said, you know what? I'm never going to compete for one again. And I've won 4. It's not fun for me anymore to be at this point. And I'll, maybe she goes back to running her agency or whatever she's doing on the side. And, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I see her moving in that direction. And I'll be honest, I think Stefanos might be right next to her on the way out. I feel like there's things not happening there that have not happened, and I don't want to put anything on it. I was disappointed to see him split with Goran. Yeah. I don't think Goran's harsh and public comments helped, but I also don't think that Tsitsipas
took it well.
No. If one were to take it such, right?
Exactly. The way he reacted to it, just kind of like that's the problem right there. Like someone challenged you.
Yep.
Someone with whom you respect, and then your response is to go on about building a family and your team, all this nonsense that was not about tennis. And it's like, okay.
Right. Or not about accountability and what
exactly.
you can do to do some things better. And again, do I ever see him getting back in the top 3? I don't. Do I see him back in
10,
top 10?
20?
To my point. Do I see him get back in the top 10? I don't. Do I see his game style and the changes he's made making him a threat at a slam in the second week? I don't. And so that's my point. I feel the same way about Naomi. So, and I hate saying it and being that much of a realist. It's just what I'm looking at. I don't see some things being done to reinvent who they were. I see some things being done personally or through the team of what they used to do. And what they used to me is no longer relevant, at least right now. And Alvin, I said the micrometer, it can be a micrometer away, knowing your pattern, having the speed, and even that changes. Even that changes as you get a little bit older, as guys start getting used to it, as players start getting a little faster. I saw, and this is the last thing I'll say, I saw Emma attack Naomi's serve more than Naomi attacked hers, and Naomi was used to be known for attackable returns.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's out Naomi-ing Naomi.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what you used to do. And mind you, Naomi's serve used to have a really good serve. At least from what I remember playing. She surprised Serena with a bigger serve. She wasn't serving terrible, but she wasn't getting the occasional ace a game. She wasn't getting that occasional service winner and the first strike. The reason she took Serena out was she had a serve as good as Serena's and could return. And I see her today, and she looked very, very, very mortal. And to see Emma attack her more, there was some serves where I felt like Emma served bigger than Naomi. And 5 years ago, you'd have like, what are you talking about? I mean, that's what I saw. So I say that to say, when I don't see some of those things returning, and I don't see that player doubling down on what they do well, it's hard for me to think that they're headed the right direction.